Welcome to today's meditation. Find a comfortable position and let your eyes close when you're ready. Before we begin, a brief reflection on today's theme. You already know more than you think you do. The problem isn't a lack of answers. It's that you stopped asking interesting questions. Somewhere along the way, you traded curiosity for certainty. You started needing to know instead of wanting to explore. And the world got smaller, not because it changed, because you stopped looking at it with fresh eyes. A child doesn't ask, "Why is the sky blue?" because they need the answer. They ask because asking feels good, because wondering is its own reward. Today, try something small. Look at one familiar thing like you've never seen it before. Not to learn anything, just to remember what it feels like to wonder. Let your body settle wherever it is. Notice your breath arriving, not directing it, just watching it show up. Like watching waves reach the shore. You don't push them, they come on their own. Feel your shoulders. Are they up near your ears? Let them drop. Feel your jaw. Is it clenched? Let it soften. Not because you need to relax, but because curiosity starts with loosening the grip. Now here's something to notice. You've been breathing this whole time, and you have no idea what your last breath actually felt like. Not the idea of breathing, the actual sensation. Cool air at the edges of your nostrils, the slight stretch of your ribs, the way your belly moves without being told to. Can you feel the next breath like it's the first one you've ever noticed? That's curiosity. Not learning something new, seeing something familiar for the first time. Think about your morning. You probably walked through a door today, touched a handle, felt water on your skin, and you remember none of it. Not because those moments weren't worth remembering, because you weren't curious about them. They were just things to get through on the way to the next thing. We do this with most of life. We treat familiar things as solved problems. The route to work, solved. The taste of coffee, solved. The face of the person you see every day, solved. And once something is solved, you stop looking at it. but nothing is actually solved. Your coffee tastes different today than it did yesterday. Your partner's face carries something new in it every morning. The route to work has a shadow falling differently at this time of year. You just stopped noticing. Feel your hands right now, the temperature of your fingertips, the texture of whatever they're resting on. These hands have touched 1,000 things today. What did any of it actually feel like? Gentle curiosity doesn't ask big questions. It asks tiny ones. What does this breath feel like? What's the weight of my body right now? What sound is just barely there in the background? These aren't important questions. That's the point. We've been trained to be curious about useful things, things that get us somewhere, things that solve problems or advance careers or improve us. But the best curiosity has no purpose. It's not trying to get anywhere. It's just looking. The way you might look at a fire. Not for information, just because it moves. Notice your breathing again. Has it changed since we started? Faster, slower, deeper. You don't need to know why. Just notice that it's different. That's curiosity doing its work. Not fixing, not improving. Just paying attention. Here's what happens when you live without curiosity. Everything becomes a task. Conversations become transactions. Meals become fuel. Walks become cardio. Even this meditation becomes something to complete. A box to check. But when you bring even a sliver of curiosity, the same moments open up. A conversation becomes unpredictable. A meal becomes an experiment. A walk becomes a discovery. Not because the moments changed, because you looked at them differently. Feel the surface beneath you, the pressure where your body meets whatever is holding you. Can you feel the difference between one side and the other? Is one hip carrying more weight? Is one shoulder slightly forward? Not to fix it, just to notice. Curiosity is the opposite of judgment. Judgment says, "This is wrong, fix it." Curiosity says, interesting. And strangely, things often fix themselves when you stop judging and start wondering. Your shoulder drops when you notice it's raised. Your jaw softens when you get curious about the tension. Your breathing deepens when you watch it without trying to change it. Not because you forced anything, because attention itself is a kind of care. You can bring this to the rest of your day, not as a technique, not as a mindfulness exercise, just as a question. What does this moment actually feel like? Not what do I think about it? Not what should I do about it? What does it feel like? The cold of the doorknob, the sound of your keys, the weight of your bag, the face of someone you love. Look at them like you've never seen them before. Because in a way, you haven't. Every moment is new. We just keep treating it like the last one. Start to notice the sounds around you now. Whatever is there. Feel the air on your skin, the temperature. Your breath, still arriving, still leaving. No rush to move. When you're ready, let your eyes open and look at whatever is in front of you. Really look at it like it's the first time. Thank you for practicing with me today. See you next time, because meditation should be free.